Hi, welcome to SMAC's online video tutorials. In this tutorial we'll look at a bit more detail at the design tool for responsive web. This is a very powerful tool that manages all the design elements of your site. So today we're going to look at the text, how we change the text. This is the main text layer here. So let's have a look. Let's just turn that off for the moment so we can see what the factory settings would look like. So let's say we just decided to go with what is supplied and we're happy with that. Let's have a look to see what that is going to look like. So we can see we've got basic font example page, basic fonts here, all nice, everything resizes. If I go smaller, the text smaller as well, so that works really nicely. Okay, so we can see if we don't change anything we've got a fully working site, but we want to have a play with this and change a few things. So in order to do that we need to click here, yes, use custom font and colors. So what this does now, it overrides the factory settings, so we now have complete control over the color of all the headings, 1H6 tags. We have the color of main text, small text color, we've got the line, and we've got a shadow under the heading. We've got the 3 different fonts we can have. We've got the font weights, line heights, letter spacing, word spacing. These are all really valuable items and really important to use. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to change the color, just to show you how changes impact. So we're just going to change the color of the heading. So we save, have a look at our changes. So we've just got the heading now. All headings are going to be in red. So all these headings here are all in red. This isn't a heading, this is main text, small text here. So we're seeing that change has replicated throughout the whole site with just one small edit. So let's now do the same again for main text, and we'll have main text blue. This button here is the same as this. So now we've got blue main body text, all that at blue. So everywhere you've got main text it's going to be blue. So there's not many sites that look like this, but we're just having a play at the moment. So the other thing we have in here is we have the fonts. The fonts are really important. You can see here we've got Google. This is the Google font. This is an internal font. So let's just change this font. That opens up our font window page. We can see we've got absolutely loads of fonts. This is the one we've selected now. We've got popular fonts, standard web fonts, calligraphic fonts, comic fonts, display fonts, Gothic fonts, hand-drawn fonts, mono, novelty fonts, retro fonts, serif fonts, script, serif fonts, stencil fonts, typewriter fonts. You've got every font in here that you will need. Let's go for a Gothic font. No, we'll go for a calligraphic font. Let's go for this one, Great Vibes. So now let's have a look to see what that's going to look like on our site. Great Vibes. Here. Let's see what happens. Here we go. So we've got, let's go to our font page, and there's our text there. You see it gets quite small in here. Each font has a different basic sizing. So some fonts work well at, you don't need to resize the font. Some other fonts need to be resized. This one we're going to resize because it looks quite small. So we go in here, Great Vibes, and we can alter the base size of this font. So I'm going to alter it by 200%. Okay, so now we've got that font now is going to be a lot larger. There, that suits better the page. Go on fonts in here. You can adjust it, might be a little bit too large. But all these oops. So all these fonts, let's go back into our font page here. Just all we can see the font is getting smaller depending on our page. Okay, so let's have another look at main text. So we've changed the text. We can change the main text as well, so that can all be changed. A different font. Line heights can be changed. Letter spacing, word spacing. The line can also be changed. So I'm going to make this dotted. Save. See what that looks like. Fresh. Fonts. Line in here. Okay, so another thing we can do is to apply a nice shadow to the heading. That sometimes works really well. Shadow on here. Have a look and see what that looks like. Nice shadow now on the heading. So the heading, the shadow's only applied on very large headings. We don't need it for small headings. So you can see that you can do anything you like with the text. Okay, everything is the most important thing. Other than changes you can make. If it's not important, we haven't built it. So these are the things that really make your site look unique and stand out, is the fonts. And you can play with the fonts, you can change the colors, you can change the font weight, line heights, letter spacing. Everything here is going to make your site look amazing. And you've got all the tools you need. We suggest that you take a snapshot of your changes beforehand. Okay, so you can revert back to a previous version, because you can really make so many changes on this. So we're going to create a snapshot now. We go in here and I'm going to call that, so this was the one we just created. Add a note. Playing with fonts. So I can see that this one here, I was playing with fonts. You can see that it's a real play. But I want to now go back to a more structured old setting, which is just basic factory settings. That's it, I'm done there. I refresh again, and now I'm back to basic factory settings, the way I had it before. So really I've changed things, but I can always revert back to an earlier version. So I can always revert back to my fonts version as well, if I really liked what I was doing there. Somebody likes it. And there we go, we've got our back to our fonts version again. So very, very nice indeed. The main text layer. We hope you liked the tutorial, and the main text layer as well can be adjusted vertically on the page. And I think we've covered about it. Thank you for watching.